that people really pull out all the stops for. But with all of that said, we are really kind of looking at an intense matchup between these two teams. I'm not sure which one you guys are a fan of, but I would love to see who you're rooting for in chat because, yeah, I am excited. And pretty much this is going to be one of the more exciting games of today.
100%. And I mean, watching this from the SSG point of view, right? This is going to be very simple work for what they do. For Grad, we all know he shoots stuff, and he shoots stuff good. So I'm very curious to see that 9-3R come out in swift fashion here. Now, watching Team Secret, should they decide to stick on the Vanishing Bomb, which they will, they're going to have to be creative in how they use it. On this map, it is very difficult to find good opportunities to well, get a good vanish dash across and really get into a spot where you can make a difference with it.
Yeah, and just looking at the loadouts, there's no DMAT. No team is running DMAT. It's 2 heal beams. This is wild. I don't remember. Yeah, I mean, since the DMAT has been around already, I mean, it's just been picked. They've always had one team running it, but hey, 2 healing beams. I love to see it, especially because I run the healing beam and haven't stopped, even though I probably should have a few seasons ago. But with that said, SpaceStation Gaming is starting their approach. They're taking it a little bit slow. They're trying to go a little under the cover of the night, but Roma out there on the side just trying to spot them out, and that's exactly what he did. He was in a great position, but sadly it seems like Team Secret is scrambling a little bit. They got caught out of position, and there goes Lamp. He got down in that first one, and it looks like Grad taking some damage as well. Normalize trying to stay in this battle as they're getting a little bit spread out.
Yeah, we can see Team Secret right now really on par after they took out Lamp, and normalizing Grad, they're not going to be in a position to get that trophy back up. And for Normalize, I think he's come to terms with it, and they're just trying to make sure that Secret can't really make much progress while they wait for Lamp to coin back in. Now that Lamp is ready to coin, the question is, where will this vault end up? Grad takes an early bit of damage from that BFR Titan. Remember, we are on NA ping here, so for SSG, they haven't really been taking advantage of it at this current moment. Team Secret running away, trying to get into campus, but once again, we'll find ourselves in a situation where if they get this cash box started, and without a lot of time, they could get collapsed in on by SSG.
Yeah, boy, what a slow approach that this has been basically all day towards the first vault. They're taking this first vault fight so seriously. It's a very slow, methodical approach. Nobody wants to be overexposed. But right now I'm watching Team Secret, and they seem to have a really good formation. This will allow them to kind of dive onto SSG. But man, SSG is now trying to go a little bit to the right and just intercept them, just stop them in their tracks. And now Team Secret is a little bit pulled away out of it, but Normalize went down in that battle, and Lamp has taken some half damage as well. Brad getting shot out with the 93R, but Lamp brings Secret Roma down in that battle, and Lamp going down as well. Grad's trying to stay alive on just a sliver of HP, but there it goes. Finally, 3 minutes into the map, we have our first team wipe, and they finally grab that first vault. They're going to plug it into A and get set up.
Yeah, beautiful start here. Nice bit of teamwork as Team Secret grabs the first team wipe. Not what I expected, given the last time, but I think that there is some benefit to having played your first or your last map on NA ping right here. It's basically a rerun, right? A rerun up against a team that is decidedly a lot harder to deal with. And so this is as much of an advantage as they could ask for going into it. Now, we will see SSG wasting no time getting under the point. They're going to be using C4 to drop it down 1 level. And for now, Team Secret moving upwards, trying to figure out if they need to go anywhere to stall. At the same time, though, we see Grad moving along the side, trying to find a pinch angle. Lamp going to be stealing his cash out. OG trying to drop in, but they're not able to get there in time. That's going to be a flip in favor of SSG. Definitely a misstep here from Team Secret. Grad looking for the opportunity to get some damage out onto Elix. Elix almost goes down. OG's the first to fall. It's straight out by Lamp. Both heavies removed. Elix can't get healed up as Roma not running the heal. Age plus a fuser.
Wow.
Grad going to be able to find another one onto Elix yet again. So See what's gonna happen now. Roma gets his health back. OG almost goes out. Grad gonna be chasing. Roma finds the angle on the side. Damage is coming through. OG gets one shot to finish off Grad. What a way to finish that fight there, as SSG is wiped after getting the advantageous pick.
I'm speechless, literally speechless after watching what Roma did there. He survived perfectly, and that whole like dive over the door, back over it again, just to get out of position, and then he went invis. Wow, impressive, really cool to see. That is what you talk about, a top tier light player. He basically just won this round. They're gonna have to stall for a little bit and just kite for maybe about 10 seconds here, and it looks like SSG is just diving directly on the point. We see the gas going off. Look at that goo cocoon as well. C4 blowing it up and just absolutely securing them this cash out as Normalize tries to go for it, but sadly gets deleted in there. The battle continues as it looks like Lamp has taken a little bit of damage, but right now Roma just surviving. He didn't want to take any shots off. He doesn't want his team to be wiped, but it seems like he might be forced into an engagement anyway. He throws a gateway to get out of there, and it seems like SSG is now rezzing everybody up on their team. I bet that Team Secret is doing the exact same, maybe just waiting instead for their teammates to coin in, but really right now just trying to buy themselves a little bit of distance, a little bit of time, because now we're going into another vault fight.
Yeah, I mean, showing once again that ping isn't always everything, but at the same time, SSG, they've definitely sat up in their gaming chairs at this point to lock in. Now, with them in control of this vault, Team Secret is going to be doing what they did in the last run around, where they're going to be sitting towards Art and trying to get the cutoff. They know that Grad is likely going to be trying to gate this from its starting point all the way over to Cashout B. But Roma already starts off with a pick onto Lamp. Pad invis gonna happen, allowing this big rush into workspace to capitalize on that kill. The Normalize, he's ready with the paddles in hand, trying to get to the trophy, but unfortunately, he's cut off early. Looks like Team Secret now is possibly about to come into control of that vault, but Grad is trying to stop it at all costs. Now, Lamp trophy is being guarded by Team Secret. He will be able to coin in, and that's what he's going to do now. For Team Secret, this is still an opportunity they want to capitalize on before Lamp comes back. And immediately, Elix trades out with Normalize. Both mediums are removed. OG can't find the last shot onto Grad. Roma is close on this chase. And as soon as it started, it is already almost over as Roma finds himself last player standing yet again. Gonna just take the gas here and slowly suffocate, forcing that team wipe. SSG showing a lot of resilience there in that team fight.
Oh, without a doubt, but I really got to appreciate Team Secret for making the call to say, hey, we're not going to coin, we're not going to draw this out. I just want to reset and let them get the vault, let them get the plug, and then we will come in and just destroy them. I'm sure that that's what the call was anyway, but now they're getting set up. SSG, and this cash out is in an interesting location. I'd be surprised if they don't try and winch it out, or if they really just want to kind of play it as is. It seems like they're just keeping it there. They're waiting for any approach from Team Secret, but boy, they just immediately got spotted out. Grad just got eliminated, and this is going to be a perfect opening for Team Secret. They need to capitalize on this right now, as it seems like SSG is trying to scramble and get somebody in there, but RPG goes off, bringing the Roma down to half health, but he immediately gets healed back up by that healing beam. OG deleted in that fight, getting chased down. Some great shots by Lamp. He is just churning them out. He's looking for his next kill. He does go for it, brings OG down in that, and that is a wipe. What a performance by SSG. They completely turned that battle on its head.
Once again, this is SSG sitting up in their gaming chairs and locking in, even though Grad was eliminated off the rip. And Grad, oftentimes called just the GOAT of SSG, the one that's always able to connect the shots. Even with him removed, Team Secret could not find their entry to get these kills. So now Team Secret, they're on the run up yet again. This time, a little bit more difficult. SSG, they have the opportunity to stand and watch and try to figure out where this entry is going to come from. Roma has placed the TP. The gateway is ready. Coming from this alleyway, we'll see Team Secret now make their way in onto the cash out. They're going to start off by breaking that C4. OG going to be committing to this steal early on. Dome is going to drop there. It gets dropped once more all the way down to the bottom. Definitely an unfortunate circumstance. Grad on the bottom trying to find the shots there. Unfortunately, not going to be able to find the flip, but Roma finds one. OG finds the second. Grad gets a trade onto OG, but the cash out's not stolen just yet. It's going to be finally starting to be committed here. Elix, though, he doesn't hold on to it for very long. He
Oh.
needs to commit, but Grad's struggling on this teleport. Elix gets the flip. OG
Oh.
is the last. It's just Roma here. I can't even talk. What a wild setup. Like, that's not OG, but what a wild setup where after just dropping all the way down, Grad can't get his way through, and on NA ping, looks like Team Secret has come to fruition here.
Oh my god, and a huge shout out to the raid by Atelco. How you doing, bud? Thank you for joining us today. You just saw an amazing last second steal by Team Secret. I did not think that that was going to go this way. I really felt that SpaceStation Gaming had that in the pocket. They had everything that they could do properly, and it was just amazing to see them drive into it. But boy, what a performance. I cannot believe that they held on to that.
I just, it's so funny to me that like through all of this, like it just kind of came down to SSG not necessarily kiting that fight, but taking it in sort of an awkward way. And even through that, Team Secret not committing to the steal until the very last second, where Elix is just on such low HP, he's deciding whether or not he wants to get the res on OG, whether or not he even has the fibs available. And through all of that, Grad is fighting with his own TP, his own gateway, just not allowing him to get through. I'm just trying to figure out what the thought process is on if you're in that stressful situation, you could just of all teams that can just lock in and
Mm,
win that fight, it's Grad. Elix was 1 HP. He didn't
yeah.
even
Oh,
try to
yeah.
res OG. And there was no time. And somehow Grad lost the 1v himself against the gateway.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it is that moment of panic. It's just that what team has the little bit of composition? And I know that if I was listening in on those comms on both sides, it would have been wild. It was probably shouting on each side, just trying to figure out what the heck do we do? And yeah, I love when a match wraps up like that. That was so fun. That was so perfect. Literally me on the edge of my seat. I'm sure that the viewers were as well. But boy, what an amazing starting match for these two teams. They definitely both are going at each other's throats. I see the competition, I see the skill, and they're very close. So I am impressed. I am excited to see us go to our next map, which will be what is it, Artie? Where are we going?
Bernal. We're going to be on
Ooh.
Bernal on EU ping this time around. First map was NA ping. Now we're going to be on the European servers. So, for Team Secret, though, doesn't necessarily mean an advantage. For SSG, doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be at a disadvantage. I mean, we just saw NA ping go the way of Team Secret, which is a surprise to I think everybody in chat. Surprise to myself for sure.
Yeah.
But a big opening here.
Absolutely, and I am curious to see how they perform on Bernal. Bernal has been kind of their map so far today. It seems like Team Secret has just kind of taken it. They know all of the positioning, and watching them set up on the last time that we watched them on Bernal was really impressive. So they have a lot going for them, and SSG has to dig themselves out of a hole. This is best of three, so if it goes the way of Team Secret, this is it. SSG is out of there, but I would love to see this group go to 3 maps because I mean, come on, who wouldn't? This is the matchup that we've been waiting for all day. I've got a big smile on my face, and I am loving what we're seeing as it looks like these teams are getting ready on Bernal.
100%. And hey, this is a preview of what you could see in the Grand Major DreamHack Stockholm in November. We're seeing that right here on Ape Squad. So welcome in everybody from the Atelco raid to Ape Squad. Make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you check out the Ape Squad website. Let's get into this fight now. We have Team Secret. Take it the slow and timed approach over here. Definitely set up more towards Cashout. But for Team SSG, the vault is in their favor. Nobody is going to be going for it just yet. Set up on the top, though. We do have OG getting some early damage with that BFR. At the same time, though, SSG, they're going to be maneuvering their own direction with that heal ball, trying to just retain height, retain vault control for now.
Yep, this is going to be a slow rooftop battle. Team Secret just wants to control A. You know they want to bring it to A as well, but a lot of damage is going off. This is a good rooftop battle so far. A little bit of chip damage on each side, but Team Secret maybe has a little bit of an upper hand. I think they even have a little bit of a height advantage on them, just ever so slightly. But this is interesting because it seems like SSG has just decided to run it and grab it. They grab the vault, they're taking it. They don't want to extend this rooftop battle anymore, and they want to just bring it over towards B. But look at this. It looks like Team Secret might even get there sooner than SSG. So this is going to be an interesting setup because nobody is going to have time. It's just going to get plugged, if that, because both teams are here. I don't even think we're going to see a plug yet. We're going to continue this vault fight as it looks like SSG has a great height advantage, but immediately SSG goes in there and they pull them out. Great winches going off from both teams. OG deleted in that fight. Normalize taking some damage towards himself, but it looks like Alex is taking a lot of damage as well. Normalize trying to stay in this, and we're watching as Grad is just popping off with a 93R. Trying to chase them down, but can't really connect just yet. Sadly gets deleted by that big iron. And we're watching as these two teams just go at it. Seems like Roma is down to his last HP, and there he goes. Looks like a headshot from Lamp as well.
Yeah, and this is just so funny because the team that has the ping disadvantage ends up getting the win, and it's 2 maps in a row for that, where all day I've just been hearing, oh, the EU team on EU ping has the advantage, oh, the NA team on NA ping has the advantage. That's all we're seeing here. We're seeing teams going at it no matter what that ping looks like. We're seeing teams trade blows on even ground, and that's what the finals is all about. You've got Team Secret coming back into this. Grad not getting picked off early this time. Roma getting the team crossed over into this compound. Now, from the bottom, looks like Team Secret is trying to find their way in to get a little bit of that pad invis action. But SSG, they're privy to this. We got Lamp set up on the top, lots of goo, jump pad also ready for them to get their own jump pad RPG. Trying to swap height, swap anything. Here we go, the Vanish coming through. Lamp's gonna be up in the air, avoids it. RPG hits all 3 players on Team Secret. OG goes down to such low HP. Lamp gets the trade. It's gonna be both heavies removed. Normalize in a better position here to get the res, but is taken out by Roma. Helix from the back is gonna be able to get the shots too, and that's gonna be Team Secret taking this wipe.
Oh, wow, that was an amazing performance by Team Secret. They came in there, they won every battle that they had, and it just seemed very well coordinated. And now it changes hands. They're going to get this set up. They have plenty of time. There's going to be maybe one more battle on this, but it is going to be a pretty frantic one. They don't have a lot of time to set up for strategy. And watching now as the BF Titan is just watching, and oh my god, are you kidding me? Just immediately brings Grad down to 2 bars of HP. We're watching as the last fourth of this cash out is ticking down. Watching now, OG reloads that RPG. They're going to drop it if they need to. Looks like there is some fire on the point. It's interesting to see without the DMAT, because dropping it isn't as easy now. But RPG goes off. Time is almost done. But it looks like a steal is being attempted. But I'm not sure if they can keep it. They're being healed back up. But boy, they're just able to delete them. And it seems like it stays in the hands of Team Secret, even though they get wiped right at the end.
Wow, and there it is. I mean, the C4 for the drop wasn't cleared by SSG, and so given the fact that that C4 drop brought it down to the bottom, there was just a little bit of extra cover that they thought they could play with, but the TP flip, where Team Secret had a TP pre-placed all the way up to swap height, allowed them to just jump in and stall that steal no matter what. Even if OG wasn't able to get in and winch the stealer, they still had Roma in the spot where they needed to just get that early damage on, and no matter what, even playing with this double heal beam, as what we've been seeing is that a lot of teams, even running the double heals, they're not, this is triple heals even, where we've got the heal ball, we've got the explosive fuser, and we've got the heal beam specialization on the medium, and a lot of teams just aren't able to sustain through that heavy chunk damage that comes from weapons like the 9-3R and the BFR Titan.
Yeah, it is really just chunks. They just take out so much, and especially if you're a light, you have 2 shots on them, and it is just very hard to recover from that. Seems like Team Secret has jumped over on one of them, but they're kind of getting spotted out, and it looks like they're having to reevaluate how they want to make this approach. Nobody's really at the vault just yet. I don't even think it's been tapped. This is a very big slowdown. We got plenty of time on the clock, so, you know, this could go either way. And right now, if we just run down the clock, Team Secret will win, you know, because they have the advantage, but I'm not sure we'll see that. But What's going on, Artie? Both teams really not close to the objective. They're really not fighting right now. It's just kind of slow. What do you think they're
Well,
doing?
SSG's just popped the vault here, but Team Secret, because they're in this position where they don't need to be the ones that set the pace, they can set up right in between Cash Out A and Cash Out C. Both these Cash Out stations now going to be fully covered. As OG gets some early damage out, it's going to force Lamp towards the back. And even though Grad is in a spot where he's going to be able to get a TP go either direction, he's unable to find a way through this noise. Normalize also just going to be sort of heal botting right now, keeping Lamp up. Every single time that OG hits one of those Titan shots, it just slows down everything. Lamp is ready to pad in. There's the pad, there's the RPG, but OG gets a winch, early damage. Lamp's going to be able to survive, but he goes down to the end. Normalize already ready on the defib. He gets traded out with OG, but as OG comes back up as well, both heavies back to form, but Lamp back to the watching the kill cam screen. Gonna be now just up to Roma and Elix take out Grad, but Grad's good for 2. Roma finishes it off, and what a wild fight that was.
Yeah, it became closer than I thought it would be right at the end, but, you know, gotta give him credit. It seems like Roma really stayed on top there, was able to survive and get the critical kill at the very end. Now, they're rewarded with the vaults, and if I were them, I might even go for C, but I think that they're making their approach towards A. They just want to get it plugged. They want to get this cash out timer started as soon as possible before they're able to spawn in and get set up. So, watching now is they're going to get the plug, and there it goes. They don't have a lot of time because it seems like SSG is pretty close right behind them. Nice little viewpoint of the cash out station moving over. There is that Titan in their hands. Like we said earlier, just taking one shot even from it really slows everything down. But here comes the approach. They're about to jump over into it. Nice little RPG. Didn't really connect with anybody, but there's a dome shield and they're battling it out. Sadly, the Titan's not connecting entirely as they want. He does go down. It's all on Elix, and he's the last remaining person, but he seems like he's been spotted out, and he tried to kill himself, but they wouldn't let it happen. And now the cash out is trading hands to SSG.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of those things where even when the timing is in your favor to get the plug after a team wipe, we can see that just not having the time to set up is everything, because Team Secret wasn't able to get height and figure out where SSG was coming from. SSG just had the power of speed on their hands. Now, Team Secret, they're back in. They get the TP out, but Roma's taken away. Grad gets an early opening. Elix also going to be dropping down, trying to get the res. He is going to be able to get it, but at what cost? This damage has already been sent through. OG split from the team now. Lamp looking for the opportunity to use that RPG, but this is a good recovery from Secret. Now SSG has spread across to the side on the assault building. Team Secret looking for the opportunity to get into the cash out. Timer is ticking down, and right now the RPG is going to open through. Lamp gets kidnapped into the building. He's going to be able to escape immediately, but not for long. Normalize on the height, right up on top. Going to be able to swap out, taking Elix away. Normalize down to just 1 bar. OGs as well. It's just down to Roma on the 1v2. Normalize able to hold steady on the point. Roma TP's up the top. He does have time to clear this, but Grab has the shots. SSG takes cash out 2.
What an intense back and forth. I am impressed. These teams are at each other's throats. The skill level is so close, and you can just see it is basically the tiniest mistake. One person being out of position, and just, can you recover from that? Can you not? It is, I love it. It's a back and forth like I have been wanting all day. This is what you expect at the high level of the finals. These teams know it, and look at this. Now they're just trying to stop them before they can even make any approach. Team Secret taking a little bit of damage, but immediately heals them back up. Normalized seems like he got caught out in that, and he does take some damage as well, but they are all still really grouped up, and just that healing beam just brings everybody right up to health, and really not that matter that much really where the damage goes off. But it seems like SSG have tapped the vault. They're going to stay in a little bit of control of it, and it seems like Team Secret might even be just going towards D. They want to just intercept it, and it seems like, though, SSG is taking this over towards C.
Oh yeah, but already Team Secret, they're able to cut this off. They've been sitting towards the middle of the map just to try to get ahead of this rotation. And for now, it does look like SSG is waiting with the vault not in their hands to see who is going to make the first move. Grad grabs height over on the Sun Hotel building. And right now, Goo is providing every bit of cover. The pad is available. Lamp gonna be pad RPGing all the way out. OG gets kidnapped, goes down to half HP, but the heal beam is ready. Grad taking an angle on the back though, could be detrimental for Team Secret. Elix goes down to half HP as Grad finds the opening shots. Roma looking for the opportunity to clap back, not gonna be able to. It's OG dropping down the side, trying to capitalize on the damage dealt to Lamp. He's gonna be able to, but he's just one bar remaining. Lamp finally goes down. We're gonna see Roma and Grad go at it, and Grad finishes off Roma. Elix needs to get into the spot to try to get the res at the same time. Normalizes there, defibs in hand, trying to find Lamp. Not going to happen. OG misses the winch here. Elix and OG both down to 1 HP. Who's gonna get this finish off first? Elix heals OG. OG tries to get one. He trades. It's just OG versus Grad, and Grad gets the finish. SpaceStation Gaming wins the team fight once again.
That was an intense battle, back and forth. The reses, the surviving on a sliver of HP, everybody taking damage left and right. I did not know which way that was going to go, and that was a vault fight. That was not a cash out fight. This is an inconsequential fight that basically just determines who gets to plug it, who gets to set up first, and who gets to wait for the approach. I am impressed because you could feel the energy that both of these teams have. It is just exciting, and I
the
love what I'm
pad is
watching.
happening. Secret's back. They're up on height, already trading damage. Grad down to just 1 HP. He's gonna get healed up by Normalize, but OG, he's looking to collapse in on that balcony and finish them off. Elix and Roma both down to 1. OG gets the first. He's traded off by Normalize. Elix and Lamp both so low. The Lamp goes down first. Normalize has paddles. Is he gonna be able to get the defib? He's sitting on the heal ball. Roma trying to get the finish, and Team Secret, as soon as they come back, the exact same situation happened at the last cash out, where they did not have any time to set up, but this time it was Team Secret who had the advantage on the approach.
That was so impressive. They literally just dove on there. They did not take any setup time. They just ran to it, they got it, and wow, what an elimination. They brought everybody down, and they are now spawning back in. Team Secret has every opportunity here to set up, to hold it, but it seems like SSG is ready to battle. They want to get in there. They are not going slow. They have about half of this cash out left. If I were them, I would try and drop it, but it seems like they're going for a direct approach. There's the healing beam, healing emitter going down. They immediately pick it back up, but again, time is going down. They haven't dived on it anything just yet. This is ticking down, and they really need to get on it, but it is so out in the open. It's making the approach so hard. Looks like Roma just got deleted there. Lamp on the chase, trying to find anybody he can. There's the healing emitter. They're throwing some goo down. They're going to go directly for a steal. This is their opportunity. There's the Titan getting Odie deleted, and there's the steal going off. It is now in the hands of SSG. They have taken control, and everybody on Team Secret has been deleted. 20 seconds left, and they're not going to have time to respawn in. SSG take the map. What a performance.
What a wild set of events here. I mean, once again, if you look back, the very first map being NA Ping was the map that Team Secret took away. Second map being EU Ping was the map that SSG took away. It's going to come down to the coin flip, but I don't think that we're thinking about advantages here anymore. I think that genuinely this is a show of skill, a test of pure metal.
Yeah, without a doubt. I love how close this are. And even look at the kill scores. They're not that far apart. We do see that it seems just slightly elevated from the other side, but hey, I am just loving how at each other's throats they are. And we just saw the tempo also really pick up towards the middle of the map. They were like, no, you know what? This is a battle. This doesn't need to be slow. We need to just dive on there, both sides. It just felt like they aped it to the extreme. And I love it when they clash just like that.
Yeah, I mean, a wild setup there, to say the least. It really did come down to who won the vault fights in the end to get that that opening battle on the cash out. But on that very last setup, where Roma was picked off so early, everything
Yeah.
seemed to hinge on that, because without the TP flip, they weren't able to get back up to stop the approach. They weren't able to get back up in a way where they had an opportunity to fully submit SSG to just any sort of stall. And when OG was taken out immediately as well, it was just the end of anything that they could do. The fact that on EU Ping, SSG is still able to go the distance and get these differences in the middle of the fight, in the thick of it all, I mean,
Yeah.
it was just chaos down to the very last moment, Rio.
It really was. I mean, just the energy is so intense, and it means that we get one more map. I thought it was game. I thought that Secret had it all secured, but hey, we get more gameplay, and really, it's what I love. I thought that this is the quality that you would expect at like the major or at the end of this. The final matchup is really kind of these two teams. But if this is what we're getting already, it's going to be one hell of a battle for whoever goes against Envy towards the end. But yeah, this is the finals. This is the competitive scene. If you guys have never seen any competitive play before, you guys are in for a treat because you know that these first two maps were the build up to this third one, and yeah, I can't wait. And what is the final map going to be that we're going to, Artie?
So the final map that we're going to be on is Las Vegas. Now, this is going to be
Ooh,
exciting because we haven't seen Las Vegas all day. I think maybe we saw it earlier in the morning, but honestly,
yeah,
this
once.
is going to be a big change up as far as the teams that are using the BFR Titan. This is a map where I've seen teams really like the Titan and really stick with what works well, the SA-1216. And for looking at Team Secret and SSG, looking at OG and Lamp, they've
Mhm.
both been all, for lack of a better term, titans of the Titan, right? They have been titans of the BFR player base. And as far as going into this Vegas map, it is going to be on EU ping as the coin
Mhm.
flip has gone the way of EU. So Rio,
Interesting.
what are we looking for here?
Well, I've said it before, but I really just think we're looking for that team to break through the ping difference. We talk about it a lot, and I do believe that there are some teams that struggle with the ping difference, but it's what kind of lets the higher caliber teams rise to the top because, yeah, ping is just something we have to deal with. It is not going to go away. Even all the advances in every technology, we're still going to have ping. You're traveling halfway across the globe. I mean, these are teams in EU versus some Americans. So it's very exciting to see just them break on through and just take control and really just kind of dominate this playing field. But with all of that, I am beyond excited to see how these two teams handle Vegas and which one is going to continue today.
Absolutely. It's time to lock in because we're here on Vegas and SSG is here on Ulti Height really early. That being said, Team Secret, they got a really advantageous spawn for the
Oh,
first vault, but they are going to rehost. So we're rehosting this lobby. The servers are located in Siberia, and so we're going to try to get the Western Europe server. So no worries there. We're just going to take a quick second to get this rehost underway.
yep. I mean, it's not fun. I just spent a minute talking about teams battling the, ping disadvantage, but there are some disadvantages that we just don't even want them to play with. And yeah, they are getting a new lobby. We'll get everybody loaded in just a minute, but I don't know, Artie, what do you think really that Team Secret needs to do in this? They have the ping advantage, but let's move past that because one thing that I'm noticing is we have winch and heal beam on both sides. Do you think that this is a good play style? Do you think that leads to an advantage in anybody? Just yeah, what are your thoughts on just what we're running right now?
I mean, the biggest difference is that it's not the heal beam on both sides that's the
Mhm.
biggest difference. It's the fact that SSG is running triple heals, where we have H plus
Yeah,
infuser, we have the healing ball, the healing emitter, and we
yeah,
have the heal beam. Whereas for Team Secret, we're opting to just stay standard RPG C4.
mhm,
We're opting to stay on Vanishing Bomb as
yeah.
well, where we're not running that H plus infuser. So just one heal. Um, I believe that Elix needs to set more into that because that's one thing that happened on Cis Horizon where OG consistently was able to peak without being he was able to peak without having any issues where he was able to
Okay.
just get that early damage out and knowing he's going to get shot, knowing he's going to be able to come back and just have full HP after he gets that next reload. It allowed him to have more uptime than he had during
Mhm,
Bernal. And I think that that is one of the key features of Team Secret is knowing when to engage with that. Whereas Team SSG, they're a lot more dynamic. And in my
hmm,
interview with Team SSG, I was able to talk with them about what their sort of conditions are, what they look for in each match, where in each team fight, what is the opportunity that they can dive in on, right? Where do they
hmm.
get that advantage? And for them, it's so dynamic, right? There's some instances where Grad's able to just get early damage, they can ape on it. There's a lot of opportunities where they don't have the opportunity to ape, but because they get opening damage or because they have taken opening damage, they change the entire way their team moves around the map. And I think it's looking to their strategies and figuring out how to get around them is what Team Secret needs to do right now.
Yep, I couldn't agree more. I think that's a great overview of kind of the differences between these two teams and what the slight advantages slash disadvantages they might have in store. But yeah, having triple heals is a very unique way of playing. I really kind of like the idea that since the heal beam is back, it can kind of uncouple the light from being a healer. And I think that that's allowed for more strategy, but at the same time, it also allows it to continue to be a strategy. And that's what we're seeing in play here. So I love it. And we're finally here on Vegas, guys. This is a 1-1. We're going to figure out which team continues and which one we say sayonara to as we get started on Vegas.
Absolutely. SSG once again going to be on full height this time around. The vault spawns in their favor. And once again, we do see Helix getting those heals onto OG early on. A BFR Titan getting a lot of use here, just keeping SSG at bay. Now, both these teams are running near identical loadouts, with that difference just being in the heal factor we talked about before. This time around, though, with Lamp on this healing emitter, I do see that they're paying a lot of attention to make sure that healing emitter is still focused. But, using that vanish pad, Team Secret takes the first approach, but they're going to pay the price for it. Normalize and OG going to be trading out there, and his Grad goes down as well. OG gets healed back up. We see this BFR Titan working wonders for Lamp, but who's going to be able to get the finish first? Lamp finds a double. Out of ammo, Roma grabs the last shot. It's going to be Team Secret that win the first team fight.
I mean, I gotta say, I was rooting for Lamp there because he just got some amazing shots off, and he just needed to get 2 on the last remaining Roma, but unfortunately, it didn't play out in his favor. But boy, that thing hits hard. Every time I see it, I am just impressed with it. It just takes a chunk out of every person, and these people just don't miss a ton. You know, you do see them kind of scramble when you get a little bit closer up, but boy, at that distance, it is just the perfect range for that Titan of a weapon. But moving on, it seems like the approach is happening by SSG. They're trying to go into this building, and one thing to note is that there's no DMAP. They can't drop it. They have to rely on barrels, C4, and whatever they have at their disposal. But right now, they are moving through the stairwell. They're going very slow. They don't want to give up any position that they have as they start to get closer towards the cash out. But boy, what a slow approach this is already.
Oh, yeah. They're looking for the opportunity to pad up, and there we go. Team Secret going to have a pad of their own with that vanish. It allows them to sort of escape the grips of SSG, but Helix unable to escape the grips of Grad. Lamp goes down there, so OG finds the Titan difference, but Normalized available with the pads. Now immediately, though, Roma finds his own trade, but just like that, SSG, the slow and tempered approach, they have won that battle, and Helix getting caught out on the rooftop by Grad was everything. And that's the thing, is that each of these players has something going for them where if they are picked first, the team can't operate on whatever they were planning on. If the light is picked, there's no opportunity to use the gateway to flip back. If the medium is picked, there's no opportunity to use the defibs. If the heavy is picked, there's no opportunity to stall. And that's where SSG is so good. They know how to act for each of those picks individually.
Absolutely, but here comes the last approach by Team Secret. They have to make something happen right now. Watching as Roma tries to get close to it. He is invis, and they haven't spotted him out just yet, but here is the rest of his team. I think they're going to try and drop it, and there is an explosion going off, but nothing has fallen down. It looks like Alex just went down in that first battle. Grad gets some great shots off. He has to dip off of it, but I don't think that there's enough time for anybody on Team Secret. They're not going for it. It is way out in the open, and we're just watching a complete battle just unfold right here, right now, as the first cash out goes the way of SpaceStation Gaming. It seems like OG is the last remaining person. He's being hunted down. He wants to survive, but there he is. He's at his last stand. He gets winch clawed, and there he goes. Back to the loading screen as they get set up towards this next vault fight, which we have talked about being some of the most important fights so far of today.
Yeah, I mean, again, a crazy setup here, given the fact that, once again, SSG is at the ping disadvantage, right? They won the map that was for EU. They're winning this one here, and anybody that's been saying that, oh, it's just ping, whoever gets the ping wins, this is where you are proven wrong, because for Team Secret, they're unable to make this work out, and they were the ones that got the absolute advantage on NA. It was crazy. So now we see Team SSG up on ultimate height here, taking this vault fight and getting Team Secret a taste of their own medicine. This is the first time that SSG has taken the first cash out, and for that, they're really playing into this triple heal, trying to do their best to just get an advantage early on before they do anything with this vault.
Yeah, I think that's a good approach too. And right now they even have the height advantage of this rooftop battle. Nothing is really happening. They do have control of the vault. They just don't want to take it anywhere yet. They want to try and find some opening on Team Secret, and then we'll probably see them bounce over or just take it. It seems like Normalize might have taken the vault and going on his own way, but right now Secret seems to be making the approach. They're starting to gather up, get a little bit closer towards this, but this vault will determine who gets in control of it. They're going now towards the elevator, watching as Normalize is just climbing his way up there, doing a little Spider-Man action, trying to gather up with the lamp and get towards some height advantage. But this is still, the vault is really just kind of down there. Nobody has it. Nobody's in control. Great little shot from Normalize. Does get a lot of damage on OG, but boy, this is really slow, Artie. Nobody wants to just take it. Nobody wants to run with it.
But Elix is about to. Elix is really close to being able to get to that vault. And one thing is that I might actually be to blame for this tech, where the vault has been placed under the bottom of the elevator shaft. And this is actually tech that I was showing off on stream once, where you have to now send the elevator up, and without a DMAT or without getting into the wall, it is so difficult. Team Secret finally has gotten through, and they've extracted the vault from underneath the elevator shaft, and now with Team Secret in control, they still have to win the team fight. And for now, they are looking a little bit split, where Elix has ultimate height advantage now. It's going to be using the same pad that SSG did. They're trying to cross that gap. But with SG, they're still looking for the moment of entry. Team Secret, they're not committed to plugging this in just yet.
Yeah, and the battle continues. Nobody's really taking a lot of damage. Everybody's just kind of sipping on mojitos, waiting for something to happen. There's the vault. No vault. No fight just yet. I think they're gonna get the plug. They do get the cash out, and yeah, they're bringing it over. Finally, it's getting started. We have 13 minutes left in this map. Vault 2 has finally been plugged. All of the teams are converging over it. Team Secret down on the bottom level, so SSG has the height advantage from them. But again, no DMAT, so they're having to force their way in through explosions, blowing up little holes in it with barrels or RPGs. Glitch grenade going off. Nobody's really taken any damage in this first fight, but they are all getting close. They're on this rooftop. We see glitch grenades going off. Lamp trying to take a little bit of damage, but Alex going right back at him. Going down, and Roma's able to get that first kill. Normalized down to just a little bit. Grad getting the heck out of there on just 2 slivers of HP, and it seems like Team Seeker's in full control right now.
Wow, I mean, that was a moment where genuinely the heals did make a difference, as Grad full healed Lamp after all of the BFR Titan shots came into his face holes. And for OG, being unable to capitalize on that damage meant that he was out in the open without any resources remaining, and that long BFR Titan reload is so punishing. But at the end of it, though, Team Secret did manage to find the upper hand. Speaking of upper hand, SSG, they have the upper deck. For now, this is going to be one of the most important fights for Team Secret. If they lose this one, that could be the end of their run. For SSG, they know that they've got one more cash out at the very least. So, big stall potential right now. But Team Secret, they've just been found. Oh. Lamp drops in. Felix Roma going to be running away. Grad has the angle on the other side. Team Secret, they pat up the top. OG doesn't quite make it. He's going to go out for that mistake. Grad going to get traded away as Roma grabs the shots there. Normalized so quick on the pads. We have Lamp now coming in, trying to get this steal as fast as possible. They've thrown the gas away. Even if that C4 goes out, it's not going to be enough. Elix going to be on, but he doesn't get the stop in time. SSG is wiped, but can he hold it? OG's going to be able to pull it through. He does manage to hold the steal. And he got it! He got the steal!
my god. Artie, it's okay. It's okay. It just I don't even know what happened there. They played it so well. SSG came in there. They found their opening. They just ran right towards that cash out. They stuck it. The goo, the gas, holding everybody at bay. I was right there with you, bud. I felt it. I thought they had it. How much of a circle is left is always the hardest part of our job, but wow, we have our winners. They are going on, and boy, what a performance both teams have given us. It was a back and forth. Team Secret sadly unable to hold on at the very last second.